Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore Podcast, the podcast that reviews movies and talks that nerd shit. This is episode 572, and it is your review of Narc. As always, is the Nerd Chicano here to host the show alongside my wonderful co-host, Brad Young Yoda.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Monday.
Monday, live and early for the patrons, Tuesday for the public, as you already know how it goes.
Also, don't be calling me a narc, man.
You're a narc. You're a narc, man. You're
Don't
a
be calling
narc.
me a narc.
Yeah, it happens, right? It happens. But yeah, this is gonna be the final film of our Ray Liotta month, and I mean it's supposed to be, right? It is though. But it's not his final film, right?
No, luckily, a new one came out that we
Yeah.
had no idea about.
No, we had no idea about it, but yeah. But we have what's it called? We're gonna be talking about Narc today, but before we can get into any of that wonderful stuff, Brad, how are you doing?
I am here, barely.
That doesn't sound so enthusiastic.
I went to work. I'm tired. Came home. I'm tired. So
Yeah.
I'm here.
Oh
I'm
well.
here in body, maybe not mind.
Well, I went to work too. I'm tired. I managed to record like a couple of two videos today. So I yeah, I managed to do some stuff today. Edited the last episode of the cinema condition that I recorded. Um, and yeah, that's about that. That's about it about that. I mean, they didn't have much going on today. Watched this movie. Had to pay $3.99 for it.
Hmm.
Yeah, they can't stream it anywhere. Like what the
No,
fuck, man?
apparently not.
Yeah. Oh well. But yeah, I mean, just chilling, yo. Tomorrow I'm gonna go see Suzumi in theaters. See if Makoto Shinkai decided to remake the same movie fourth time. But
Probably. I'm just saying.
we'll see.
Probably.
We'll see. I don't know, man. Y'all can call me a hater and all, but that's called.
Haterade.
Yeah, these last few movies of his are, yeah. But but yeah, we're gonna be concluding Ray Liotta month here. We're just catching up on mini pods, and then next month we're gonna start a new theme, and we'll have new mini pods to do, and we'll start going by a new schedule for our mini pods where we do them the last Thursday of the month. So at least then we'll be able to get these done, hopefully, right? But yeah, Brad forgot that was Buster. I'm looking at the cast list here. I was like, oh, that was Buster Rhymes.
Yeah, that was Buster Rhymes. How did you not know that was Buster Rhymes?
I don't know Buster Rhymes by face. I only know him by voice.
What?
Brad, I've never seen a picture of Busta Rhymes before,
You've
bro.
never seen a music video of Buster Rhymes?
No, I've never seen a music video from Busta Rhymes. I don't watch music videos often.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you never seen that one horror movie he was in?
Which one?
He was in a horror movie.
What? Which one? I mean,
I forget. Was it? It wasn't Saw, was it? Oh, it's Halloween Resurrection.
oh, good lord, no. Brad, are you gonna ask that? Like,
It's funny.
yeah. That's how you know that shit's just, come on, man. Like, when the fuck did they start putting him in Halloween Resurrection?
I don't know.
2002, man. That means that, he had this movie come out that year and Halloween Resurrection. But, yeah, man. Yeah, I never seen Russell Ryan's like what he looked like in real life. You just
You never seen the music video of "Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Could See"?
no.
That's a
Also,
crazy video.
He has
It's a
six
crazy video.
kids. That's crazy. He has 6 kids, bro. Yeah,
I mean, that's no more than Nick Cannon.
it's true. It's very true. Yeah. No one's beating Nick Cannon though.
And Busta's a lot older.
Yep, he's 50. But yeah, man. I guess we'll just go into it, right? I hope that we can at least have like 25 minutes here. I think we will.
Probably.
But yeah, guys, this is another one of those where Wikipedia is literally two sentences, and I'm gonna read a little bit from IMDb. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this. So if you haven't watched Narc, you have a chance to get out of here. We care about spoilers. But if you have seen it or you just don't care about spoilers, you can say either way how it goes is your one and only spoiler warning, and it is in effect in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, man. Narc is a 2002 American neo noir crime thriller film directed and written by Joe Carnahan and starring Jason Patrick, Ray Liotta, and Ray Liotta, who also co produced. The plot revolves around the efforts of two police detectives in search of the murderer of an undercover police officer. As they investigate, they engage in unethical behavior and uncover dark secrets that will challenge their fragile relationship. So, written and directed by Joe Carnahan, produced by Diane Nabatoff, Ray Liotta, Michelle Grace, and Julius Arnaso. That apparently is just the ones that Wikipedia has. But if you go to IMDb, this movie actually has apparently 21 producers, right? Yep.
Got a
And
lot of producers.
my God, bro. Jed Barron, Peter Block, Tom Cruise, Andy Emilio, Randall Emmett, George Furla, Carol Gilson, David Glesser, Michael Z. Gordon, Michelle Grace, Michael S. Grayson, Tony Grazia, Brian R. Keithley, Seth J. Kite, Ray Liotta, Steve Montgomery, Diane Nataboff, Julius Arnaso, Sharon Seto, Adam M. Stone, Scott G. Stone, Paula Wagner, and Jeff G. Waxman.
Also, interesting tidbit on the Tom Cruise story right there. Tom Cruise loved this director so much, he brought him in to be in direct Mission Impossible 3, but they had their creative differences, go figure, and so they got another director.
That doesn't surprise me one fucking bit at all. Yeah. Cinematography is done by Alex Nepomniatsky.
Ski? She?
Nepomniatsky.
I mean, yeah. Close enough,
Edited
I
by
guess.
edited by John Gilroy. Music is done by Cliff Martinez. Uh, it sits at an hour and 45 minutes, and on a budget of $6.5 million, it made $12.6 million at the box office, which roughly it wasn't a success, but it made its
Yeah.
money back from the budget.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah.
Our IMDb synopsis is as follows: When the trail goes cold on a murder investigation of a policeman, an undercover narcotics officer is lured back to the force to help solve the case. And I'm gonna read a little bit of trivia here for y'all. Um, Both Ray Liotta and Jason Patrice participated in the film for nearly no money. In fact, at one point during production, the cast and crew's paychecks weren't coming through due to legal and budgetary issues. So Liotta and Patrice worked for free because they liked writer director Joe Carnahan and didn't want to see his career ruined by by the shutting down of his movie.
I mean, that
Yeah.
tells you. I mean, tells your actors are good guys right there.
Yep. Ray Liotta gained 25 pounds for the role by eating foods heavy in carbohydrates before he would shoot for the day. He prepared by eating Chinese food because the soy in the food helps to retain water and give him that puffy look. He also wore a fat suit under his clothes at all times, as well as prosthetic skin, his eyes to give him an aged, baggy look.
So this man ate a shit ton of food and still had to wear a fat suit.
Yep. Yep. Um, since the movie was so low budget, in the scene where Jason Patrick is running around with a photograph, the people he was asking were passersby, not actors. So the people would genuinely not know what he was talking
I want to know how
about.
many people were just traumatized by him.
Yeah. Oh my god. Um, Harrison Ford showed a lot of interest in playing Henry Oak, but bowed out not too long after. And The last one I'll read here. The word fuck and its variations are said 298 times.
It's true.
Yep.
It's like a Limp Bizkit song.
Yep. It's just one of those days.
Just one of those days.
Brad, what are your initial thoughts on Narc?
This movie looks fucking cool. I'll give it that. Like it just overall, the overall look of this is very, very cool. The story wise, I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit convoluted here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets lost in itself. I enjoyed the ending. I enjoyed the acting, but I feel like the story in the middle there gets kind of convoluted and goes into stuff that it didn't need to go into. And it's definitely not perfect. It's not a horrible movie. Ray Liotta, I think, acted his ass off. So did Jason Patrick. Um, but yeah, it's a very cool looking movie. Like cinematography wise, I was getting what's the vibes? What's the Ryan Johnson film?
Brick?
Brick. I was getting Brick vibes.
Oh, fuck yeah, man.
Yeah,
I like this movie, but I don't think it's anywhere near being a what's it called, something that I would say like was great or was fantastic. The movie
it's
like
cool.
looks cool, looks
Yeah,
good, but story's kind of all over the place, and it really lost me halfway into the movie.
yeah. That's kind of where I got lost too because it was going in too many directions. I mean, when it like the beginning of this movie, like super gets you like hooked because this man ends up shooting a pregnant woman on accident, and you're
Yeah,
just stuck with there like, holy god. And then next thing you know, he's being faced with the board, and then it just runs off into its own tangents and stuff. And
yeah.
it's like, I don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah, that's. I felt like yeah, it goes off into too many tangents. It doesn't really know how to hold itself together. Its pace is really draggy at the second half of the film. But I like Ray Liotta in this movie a lot. I think it's want to be my might be one of my favorites of this of that month that we did.
Yeah,
He's really good in this movie.
yeah, he really is.
Yeah, even Jason Patrick's or
I
Patrick's
like his acting too. I thought
yeah
they worked well together.
yeah
Um, and I like I said, the middle, so the second act kind of loses me, but really brings it back in the third act. I thought they did really well with that.
yeah. I thought so too. But I think that when it came to like having the whole film, it as a like a complete narrative, I felt like I was so lost and like
Yeah,
I really know what was going on, and I felt like okay, like this is a really good third act, but I wish that it would be satisfactory if it wasn't for such a like lousy first and second, because it starts off so hot,
yeah,
and
and
it's like okay, cool,
then it really like cools down,
yeah,
which
you
is
just kind of
unfortunate. But you know,
yeah, you just kind of left like oh okay, so that's where we decided to end the film, and
I did have
yeah,
a question. Did all of the movies back in the day use the same the font and type? Because
you wouldn't steal.
this looks like the font for Empire, and then the font for like Crash, and
Looks
just
like the
does.
looks like the what's it called? The font for the commercial of like you wouldn't steal a lung, would you? Or
Yeah.
from the
Or like don't yeah, the ones for "Don't Steal This Movie" and shit, yeah,
yeah
that's exactly what it looks like.
yeah. But yeah, I mean the cinematography looks good. I like the whole like ragtag, very low budget kind of look to it,
Oh,
and I'm
especially,
pretty.
I was gonna say, the beginning gives me a Morris Sparrows vibes with
Oh
the
yeah,
shaky cam
oh
and the
yeah,
running. It really did. I was like, "Oh, shit." And I'm like, "Ro's gonna like this, I'm gonna remember Morris Sparrows."
yeah. At least there's where I could say like at least I can give the film that like it has its way of creating its own like type of language here, like cinematic
Mhm.
language, and it's like yeah, he's working off like all these different influences that he obviously has, and he's creating like a really good like look to it. Like it's probably one of the more like ragtag neo noirs I've seen. Like it feels very like boots on the ground filmmaking, very guerrilla style, which obviously it was if he was
Which I
asking
can't understand
passerbys.
because I had no money.
Yeah, what's it called? Sometimes the limitation of money makes you really start to think about things how
Just
to
to
do them
think out
right.
I mean, in the end, the end product is, like, a very cool looking film. Like, I don't know. I really just like the gritty kind of aspect that they did to this.
Yeah. I think they could have, had a lot more to work with in the script though. Like I think they should have given a little more time to, perfecting the script
Yeah.
and but, I don't know. I don't know how long it took him to write this. I don't know how much what's it called thought he put into writing this, but I think that it did well with what it was doing. Um I also like what's it called there was some of these scenes are like it's really brutal to look. This movie's like really brutal to look at sometimes, Brad. Just from the get go, like seeing all that blood as it's like coming out and shit, like like this, like that's the thing is like this movie's kind of like hard to look at times.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like just the very first, like when the pregnant woman is shot and she's hemorrhaging, just all that blood coming out, and then like multiple times, just multiple areas in this when Ray Liotta's beating the two narcs
Oh
up.
yeah.
That was pretty violent. Like this movie gets into pretty violent territory.
Yeah, which is like it's really well not odd, but I'd say like it's different for that time where I was like, okay, I don't feel like we saw a lot of stuff like this unless you were, of course, like Quentin Tarantino, right? But
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, like he's really going into it. And like I thought that was really good. I was like, hey man, I thought this was fantastic. I thought that he did a really good job of being able to bring that up. Um, they're like even like the one when he like Ray Liotta discuss this talks about the guy. They're talking about how Ray Liotta beat up this one. What's it called? A guy who was like pimping out his 10-year-old daughter.
Hmm.
And that shit was fucking brutal too.
Yeah,
Like
he threw him through the door,
yeah, 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 and she started beating the shit out of him too.
and that's how he ended up where he ended up, which was on the shit list. But I mean,
Yeah,
I get it. Good for
yeah,
Ray Liotta.
yeah. I can't say I have a. I don't know. Did you notice anything with the editing, Brad? Because I don't know. I think it's
The
not. It's not the
and
greatest edited film, but like
no, in the middle there, like it does these cuts for some reason. But other than that, I mean, I don't have much to say on the editing. I
a
thought for the
lot of
most
these
part it
thriller
wasn't
action
bad.
films. A lot of these
Yeah,
thriller action films always have those weird cuts where it's like they want to like cut away from all the action all the
yeah,
time, and it's like, oh, okay, that's don't do that. Like, aren't we supposed to be feeling the threat of all this violence? Like, let's keep on it. But um, yeah, I don't know, man. I really don't know what else to say. Like, I thought the film was fine. I thought I liked it. I thought it was it worked. It worked with what it had at points. It just loses itself towards the second half of the film, and I think at least in the acting department, everybody did a pretty good job.
yeah. I
Like
thought so too.
even
I,
Buster
I
Rhymes to
mean,
an
you didn't.
extent.
It wasn't a very big cast, so
No, it was mostly Ray Liotta and Jason Patrick.
yeah, and
Yeah,
Buster Rhymes.
yeah, and Buster Rhymes. Right? Yeah. But yeah. I mean, I don't know what else, Brad. You want to say anything else?
I'm trying to remember the music in this, but
It's not really memorable for
not
me.
really memorable for me. So I can't really bring anything up on that. Um, I don't know. I really just kind of miss Ray Liotta. I don't.
All
I don't
these
think he
movies
got
that
enough
made him.
flowers.
No, he didn't, bro. Like, it's crazy because like everybody kind of like makes it seem like Ray Liotta was such like a terrible actor, but like all these
I'm
movies we
not seeing
saw,
it.
I'm not seeing it, bro. Hannibal, Killing Them Softly, Cocaine Bear. Uh, what's it
Yeah,
called? What
some of
else
the
did we
best
do?
parts of those movies was just fucking Ray Liotta
Yeah,
acting his
Copland.
ass off.
Like,
Wild Hogs, like Wild
yeah,
Hogs. Ray Liotta did not have to go that hard for that movie.
yeah, man. Um, yeah. So I don't know, man. I don't get what people were saying. Like, I guess it's just it was just I guess a meme to make fun of Ray Liotta, but I mean, like, I truly believe that Ray Liotta was a great actor, man. He did a
Yeah,
great job.
I, how can you not say he's a great actor? He was in one of the best movies ever created in Goodfellas.
Oh fuck yeah, man! Like I said, in this movie, even as like somebody who's not like as a film that's not the best, is not giving the best script, he does a really fantastic job with what he has, man.
Yeah, he still gave it his all, and I think that's what we can express seeing all of these movies from Ray Liotta is the man tried. The man really did try with some of the shit he was given. Because honestly, like Wild Hogs, he shouldn't be that great in.
No,
This he shouldn't be that great in. I mean, there's multiple. There's other movies where Ray Liotta, like Cocaine Bear, that man did not have to go hard for that stupid movie. but he put in an honest, honest work, and yeah, it's gonna be he'll be missed. I
Yeah,
mean,
man.
his work ethic is above and beyond from almost any actor I've seen.
Yeah, man. Um, man, I forgot that he played the lawyer in Marriage Story. And fuck,
Mhm.
he's so good in that movie, man. He's so good in that movie. But yeah, if anything that this month really showed us, it was that no matter what stinker he was in, Ray Liotta always gave it his all. And honestly, that's the type of actor you want on your set. It's like
Yeah,
who's gonna make the best out of what you give him, and he's not gonna ever half-ass it. Like I don't think in any of these movies I can ever walk away and say that Ray Liotta didn't give it his all. Like
yeah.
just yeah, he did it, and because of that, I think some of these movies work better because they have somebody like Ray Liotta there.
I think that elevates some other roles like Jason Patrick. I think his role in this was probably elevated by Ray Liotta being there.
Oh yeah, it works really well with him.
Yeah,
So Brad, what are you gonna go ahead and give this movie? What's your final verdict?
I think I'm gonna go ahead and give Narc a 6.25 out of 10.
Yeah, man, I think I'm pretty much there with you, bro. I'm giving Narc a final verdict of a 6.25 out of 10. It's
That's what
it's
I feel.
good. Don't really look like I'm gonna rewatch this anytime soon,
No,
but
it's a cool looking movie. Like I mean, if anybody wants to know kind of what you should film like a noir movie,
when you don't
this is
have a
kind
lot
of
of
the
money,
look you
right?
should be hitting.
Yeah, when you don't have a lot of money, you're like, oh fuck it, yeah, just do it.
Yeah,
Do like this, yeah. I forgot that he was in Sin City, A Dame to Kill For, Brad. Why did we
was that
choose
the
that?
second one? Did I ever
Yeah,
watch that? I don't know if
I
I ever watched that.
I've never seen Sin City, A Dame to Kill.
But now that you said Ray Liotta's in it, I might have to watch it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm looking at his stuff here. Like, yeah,
Sometimes
he's
it's just the weirdest movies he ends up being because I think they're like, hey,
yeah.
it's a sequel. Let's just Ray Liotta.
Nah,
It's like
yeah.
you
He was
fucks.
what's it called? The Many Saints in Newark. Um, Muppets Most Wanted, baby. Why did we
That was
choose
actually a good
that?
movie. Muppets Most
Damn.
Wanted was good.
Hell yeah. The Place Beyond the Pines. I've never seen The Place Beyond the Pines.
Hmm.
Um, Breathless. Yeah. Well, he's got a lot of stuff here, man. And of course, I'm glad that we finally concluded his month by finishing up this review of Narc. Of course, we want to thank you all so much for joining us. If you're watching this on video, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Click that notification bell so you don't miss a single piece of content that drops on the channel. Make sure you're also leaving a like on the video. Plus, if you're on the audio side of things, make sure you're dropping a 5-star review so that way you can help the feed grow. Of course, we're also on all social media, like thenerdcore.com is our website. Twitter's at the nerdcore underscore. Instagram is at the nerdcore. Patreon is at patreon.com/the nerdcore. So you can see this video early before anybody else does and live in direct in your faces before the public gets to see it. Plus, our Discord link is in the description as well, so you can get to talking to us. But before we get out of here, we also want to thank our producer Shane. Where can you find him, Brad?
You can follow our friend Shane at twitch.tv/XSRK or on Twitter at thriftedil or go buy something from the Suppy God at PrisonCityVintage.com.
Yes, sir. And the next review will, I believe the next review is actually Renfield with me and Luis. But our next mini pod that we're gonna be doing this week is none other than Summer Interlude as we conclude our second Ingmar Bergman month with Ayden Byrnes. He'll be here with us to talk about that. And I'm excited because I was looking at some of the stills because I was doing the thumbnail, Brad,
Mm-hmm.
and it kind of reminds you a lot of Summer with Monica.
That'd be good. That was a
Yeah,
good movie.
which is a movie that we really liked, for more reasons than one, right? Uh,
Mm.
but yeah. With that said, though, you can look forward to that on this week. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Brad, let's go ahead and send them out.
All right, Raul. Thank you for being host as always. Thank you to all our listeners out there, all our patron supporters, all those who join us in chat. We appreciate each and every one of you. And to end this episode, I'll just say stay off the drugs if it ain't weed. Young Yoda out.